The Western Bulldogs have been hit with the biggest sex abuse payout in Australian history. The club has been ordered to pay almost $6 million to a man abused at Whitten Oval in the 1980s. His lawyers predict this case will be the first of many.
Adam Neal waited 3 decades for justice. A jury took just 1 day to deliver its bombshell verdict, declaring the Western Bulldogs failed to protect him from a pedophile.
It's been 30 years of waiting for the Bulldogs to recognise what I experienced at their club.
The Western Bulldogs now have 6 million reasons to regret their abysmal behaviour stretching right back to the early 1980s.
The club has been ordered to pay almost $6 million in damages to the sexual abuse survivor, the biggest payout of its kind in Australian history, and the first against an AFL club.
This is an enormous figure, and it's an earthquake in the legal system for sure.
The 6-person jury allocated $3.25 million for Mr Neal's pain and suffering, more than 6 times the previous record. $2.6 million was awarded for loss of earnings.
With this, I hope that it brings confidence to other survivors to come forward and find their own peace of mind.
Among the claims aired in court, lawyers say Western Oval, the club's home ground, became ground zero for the sexual abuse Mr Neal endured. It started when he was just 12 years old at the hands of Graham Hobbs, a club fundraising volunteer and convicted pedophile who introduced him to a pedophile ring. Another boy also gave evidence he was sexually abused by Graham Hobbs during the trial. Lawyers expect this will set a precedent with more compensation cases to follow.
I feel very emotional about this. I hope this sets a standard, and I applaud the jury for being so sensible and for believing a victim.
The result is likely to cause financial strife for the AFL club, which acknowledged it will need to borrow funds to pay the damages. Rochelle Brown, 7 News.
And the Western Bulldogs released a statement a short time ago. Nick McCallum is at the Whitten Oval, and Nick, the club will dispute the payout.
Peter, in this statement, the club confirmed it will appeal the verdict as expeditiously as possible. But beyond that, it will make no comment, except to say it reiterates its sorrow at the suffering endured by Mr Neal at the time and acknowledges the pain which he continues to carry as a result of the trauma he's experienced. Now, Mr Neal expected this. His lawyer, Michael Magazanik, said at his media conference, and I quote, "They may well be sore losers, the club. They fought Adam every inch of the way, and I would not expect them to accept the umpire's verdict." So in other words, they fully expected the Bulldogs' announcement this afternoon. Now, in their contacts with 7 News throughout this afternoon, Bulldogs officials appeared surprised by the result. Remember, the $6 million they must now pay Adam Neal is more than their entire profit for the 2022 financial year, Peter.
Nick McCallum at Footscray, thank you.